Traveling through Soviet Russia, one of the memorable anecdotes in my life is about how I returned to India after finishing my Oxford. I was drawn to the British Labour Party ideology, and most of my teachers in history and philosophy were from the East German territory. After the Second World War, they all ran away from these their countries and settled at British universities. They are great scholars like Sir Asaya Berlin and another teacher from Ergovin, another small Balkan territory, and others from Albania and other deprived states. I was drawn towards Soviet Russian politics after listening to their sacrifices, troubles, etc. So I thought I should see Soviet Russia, and that's how I started planning overland journey. So I booked in a ship which was used by Khrushchev to travel to England. That was a regular service. First I arrived at Stockholm, Swedish capital, and after 1 or 2 days I went to Stockholm, among other things, to pay my homage to my great hero at that time, Dag Hammarskjöld, UN Secretary General, who died in Congo. I was very much drawn by his personality and ideas, and went to Uppsala University Cemetery, paid my homage, and I had a lunch with a university student. And next day I traveled by the same ship to Finland's capital, Helsinki, and from there I got a visa to travel to Russian city of Leningrad. Today it is called, I think it was called Petersburg and then Leningrad, and there I spent 2 or 3 days. I stayed in the ship, and I found with all the restrictions there was a lot of liberal human approach to people. I am not supposed to carry cash beyond limit, but I told the shipman I am carrying some amount of money, the excess of the law. He said it doesn't matter, you can carry that. And that's how I was delighted to stay 2 or 3 days, made a friendship with the French people, and from Leningrad I traveled by train to Moscow, where I stayed for 2 or 3 days, where I met a Russian girl called Tamara at the Alexander Pushkin Square. And you will be surprised to know I was already a friend of the Boris Pasternak family, the Nobel Prize winner for 1959, and I know his sister in Oxford, Lydia Pasternak, and his brother Alexander Pasternak came to see me in my room, and he took all the English books I had because they were unavailable, and I was planning to visit Yasnaya Polyana of Tolstoy farm, but I couldn't. After 2 days or 3 days, I flew from Moscow to Helsinki to Tashkent, Uzbekistan capital, and from there I again flew over the Hindu Kush mountains to Kabul. I landed there, and you won't believe Kabul was at that time very peaceful, quiet, small city. I didn't know the history of that country or the people, and they were so hospitable to me. and from Kabul I got to travel by the Indian Embassy van that came through Khyber Pass. I came to town which I now immediately recall. Through traveling through the Khyber Pass was the highlight of the journey. I entered Pakistan where some secret police followed me, and from Rawalpindi I think I traveled to Delhi via Kurukshetra, and in Delhi, viewers may not believe what I am going to say. I knew only one person, that was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, whom I had met more than many times whenever he traveled to Shantiniketan. And I thought I will go to see Panditji at V.Isvarmurti Bhavan and ask him what I should do in my life. I went to V.Isvarmurti where I was told Panditji is out of city, and I didn't know what to do. I went to Khadi Bhavan and changed my clothes, and I put my faith in Panditji's generosity. Maybe if Panditji had been there that day, and if I had met him, my course of life might have been changed. This is a short story which nobody can believe. Now, if I recall, I have to talk for hours about my experience and the gentlemen and ladies I met. This is the journey I made overland. Thank you.